Hi everyone, and welcome to CMG's third podcast. Today we're going to be talking about Dragonball Super episode 49 and our thoughts on the next episode. With me I have Jarset Ali.
Hey guys.
And let's just get started on this. So Jarset, what do you think of this week's episode?
Well, it was pretty good to build up, but I was slightly disappointed. Last week's end trailer really powered up for something which could have been awesome. I was hoping for more screen time with Black Goku, and as a whole I think the episode kind of went a little slow. Yeah. But there were some good parts to it as well. So it's a good build. I'm looking forward to next week. But yeah, how about you? What are your thoughts?
I completely agree. I think last week I was so excited to see this massive fight between Goku and Trunks because I thought Trunks was going to be a bit disorientated. He wasn't going to be thinking straight, and I actually thought Goku would actually have to knock some sense into Trunks. But the fight ended within like 10 seconds. The minute Trunks woke up, he went in for Goku. Next thing you know, you're expecting this thing. I've been waiting for it the whole week. I was thinking, damn, they're gonna transform. All these fights are gonna happen, and next thing you know, Bulma comes along and just slaps Trunks around the head, and that's it, game over. All that build up was cancelled out within 10 seconds. So I think I was a bit disappointed. I mean, because at the end of the day, they were gonna spar. They sparred anyway. So it would have made more sense to kind of just have it all together, and it would have kept that kind of this arc's got a bit of a dark presence to it, and I kind of liked it in that way. But I mean, other people might disagree. But I personally think they should have had that fight kind of all in one little block. And I agree. There should have been a little bit more dialogue from Black Goku. I was expecting to find out a little bit more about him. I was expecting him to come into the timeline. Obviously, that confrontation phase between Goku and Dark Goku, I was expecting there to be a lot of dialogue between them two, but obviously that's been shifted over to next week. So hopefully next week's episode is a bit more, it gives us a bit more answer. It gives us a few more answers to the questions that we have as fans, and also we see a little bit more action. But me and you were talking about this. What did you think of the other? I mean, what were your highlights of this episode then?
I think it was great to see Trunks and him dealing with the Majin Buu situation. So he was able to fight Deborah and Babidi and not have to deal with Buu. So that was pretty awesome tie-in to the episode. I don't know if it's a highlight or kind of... I don't know if I'm annoyed with it or a little happy, but I love how Goku and Vegeta have left Trunks totally in the dark about Super Saiyan Gon transformation. So I was like, when Trunks went Super Saiyan 2, he thought it was it. And then Goku only goes up to Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan 3. He doesn't even bother to show him the next transformation, and just laughs off when he's like, so he's stronger than Super Saiyan 3. Ha ha ha.
Oh, definitely. I think what was quite... I love to see. I think personally, I love the fact that Trunks did achieve Super Saiyan 2 in the end. So it was quite nice to see that, and also, his reaction to Super Saiyan 3. It's nice that they didn't miss out any of the transformations as well. But I think one of the things, I think I spoke about this last week, and I said to you, this battle between Goku and Trunks, is kind of nostalgic back to the point where they first met, and how Trunks Goku blocked the sword with his finger. Now it's funny how it's the same. The same thing happened. I mean, he used two fingers, but it was still, it completely brought that back for me. So that was, that was a nice touch. But I really would have loved to have seen it when Trunks was a little bit more emotional, at the beginning. But I think it was good to add those little touches. You had, you've actually gone back to the past. You've gone back to the future, and you've shown how Trunks dealt with the Majin Buu situation. Something that I was always running through my head at one point. I was thinking, obviously. Majin Buu was dealt with accordingly in this timeline, but what would have happened in Trunks' timeline? And it was nice that they answered some of those questions. But I think there's still a lot more promise and potential to this arc. We've still got other things coming up. Other things have been highlighted by other people that are speculating on this topic. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they integrate other characters into this, and obviously finding out a little bit more about Dark Goku and his origins. But what are your thoughts? What do you reckon is going to happen in the next episode? And what do you think
Well, it's either going to be a quick introduction or it's going to be 10-episode long fight scene and dialogue.
So another freezer slug, I think.
I am actually not sure. It's interesting how Akira Toriyama is doing this. So I mean, for me, the episodes feel like not much happens in an episode, and all the scenes I want them to be, the ones scenes I want to be long are rushed. For example, Trunks and Goku fight, that would have been great having that extended. But that ended really quickly and the episode felt like it dragged on. And then I thought Dark Goku would appear a lot earlier. I mean, way earlier than Krillin and Piccolo arriving. Because that's the way they kind of set it up. But interestingly, now he's finally here. And Beerus and Whis have been talking about how time travel is forbidden and not allowed.
Yeah, this guy's got a ring.
Over a wiener they were forgiven. So Bulma and everyone may have been forgiven for time travel, but will Black Goku, will Beerus and Whis get involved?
I think they will. I think this is it though. But I've also heard other theories about Black Goku actually being a Makaioshin, and there's this character that keeps appearing even in the introduction. He's got white hair. Last week you mentioned that the main, Akira Toriyama actually mentioned that the main antagonist would have white hair. Now this Makaioshin in the introduction has white hair and green skin. We don't actually know if that's a Makaioshin or not, but I'm pretty certain that he has something to do with Dark Goku.
I think maybe Trunks and Goku kind of gave a hint to that, and so did Akira Toriyama by showing off the transformations in this episode. Yeah. So, I mean, Trunks said every time he used to fight, the other Black Goku used to get stronger and adapt. So I won't be surprised when he starts to fight Goku, he'll start showing off more transformations, which will lead to the white transformation.
That'd be interesting. Do you think that Black Goku is the main antagonist? I mean, last week you were saying that it was the Kai. I mean, there was someone else. But do you think it could just be another transformation?
It could be a transformation. I mean, if normal Goku is Super Saiyan God, there must be this transformation Black Goku has, right? And opposite of Black is probably going white. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I think maybe it's Black Goku this time. I mean, the build-up has been to him.
Yeah.
And I think it's the start of a new season. It'll be interesting. Really interesting.
Right. So, have you got any final thoughts on this series? And what any other speculation, any other theories that you want to highlight?
Well, let's talk about the manga quickly. So, I don't know if you've been up to date with the manga or been reading the manga, because I know the anime passed it. So I think many people have dropped it.
I dropped it, yeah.
So, interestingly enough, I think the new chapter came out yesterday or day before. And when I read it, I was rather surprised, because in the manga it was Goku versus Hit going on.
Yep.
And I expected the same part, following the same storyline as the anime, where Goku transforms into Super Saiyan God Blue, then he uses Kaioken.
Right.
That's not what happened. So Goku only transformed into Super Saiyan God, the red form.
Wow. Okay.
And he was able to compete with Hit using that form. And most of the other elements were the same. So after being able to be on par with Hit and Hit leveling up, Goku jumped off the arena saying he wants to have a proper fight with Hit. And then soon after that, similar things followed. But the way the King of Everything was introduced, that was a little different from how the anime showed it. So I think Akira Toriyama is giving the manga a slightly different adaptation to the anime.
Well, why do you think he's doing that? Is there any need for it? Is it just purely because people have dropped off the manga? Maybe is that one of the reasons, or do you think there's a deeper purpose to it?
Maybe because Funimation are the ones that actually do most of the planning, so they talk with Akira Toriyama what they can do. But I think Akira Toriyama's original work is the manga, and the anime company, they're the ones that put in input, because they have to they ask Akira Toriyama what's going to happen in the storyline, and they can give their own version of it. I think if you want actual source material from Akira Toriyama, then that's going to be the manga.
Of course.
So,
That is crazy. It is quite interesting because we haven't seen the original Super Saiyan God transformation much.
I don't think we've
since-
seen it too often.
Yeah, we haven't. Yeah, so it would be quite interesting to see. How did Goku? Because I think obviously, do you think Super Saiyan Blue is stronger than Super Saiyan God?
Actually, they gave an explanation of this in the manga.
Oh, did they? Right. Okay.
They said the reason Vegeta wasn't able to. So Vegeta went to Super Saiyan Blue when he fought with Hit. And the reason he wasn't able to keep up with Hit was because Super Saiyan Blue form puts a lot more stress, so he uses a more stamina than God form, and the God form was more power based.
Right.
So I think Whis was like explaining that it was like a tenth of Vegeta's like power because of the drain from the stamina. That previous fight, so he wasn't able to compete. Whereas with Goku's red form, he's able to like advance more quicker and able to that form. So yeah, it was really interesting. I definitely like advise you to read the manga so you can learn a bit about that.
Yeah, definitely. I'll read up on it actually this week, and then next week's podcast, hopefully I'll have some things to talk to you about more in terms of the manga. But anyway, I think that's all we have time for today. But thank you, Joseph, for joining me in today's podcast, and hopefully everyone, you guys are enjoying our podcast. If there's any suggestions you have in terms of what topics you want us to talk about, if there's something that we can do to improve the way we deliver these, then please feel free to let us know. Message us at
guys want us to discuss as well. Please feel free to recommend them and ask for them.
Yeah, definitely. So please visit our website. It's cmgplanet.com, and be sure to drop us a message, and please subscribe to what we're doing as well. That would be great. And hopefully we'll see you soon. Take care.
Take care, guys. See you.
Bye.